Well, our next guest is the founder and CEO of UMA, and an international platform that builds confidence, leadership, and resilience both in women and in minorities. For more, let's bring in Rita Kakati-Shah. Thank you so much for your time today, Rita.
Thank you so much for having me.
So first of all, talk me through exactly what your platform does and what it offers.
Absolutely. UMA was really an international platform made specifically to empower women and minorities and build that confidence. There's that inner fighting spirit that happens inside all of us, but we all go through elements of self-doubt for whatever reason. So UMA, in essence, empowers confidence. It builds success and leadership, and also builds on these resilience skills that women in leadership have in the workforce again. So that's in a nutshell what UMA does. We are in different countries around the world now as well. So we're trying to give that voice, that inner spirit to everyone, really.
Yeah, and certainly timely off the back of International Women's Day as well. Can you talk me through what is unique about your coaching offerings?
Absolutely. So we focus on confidence being at the base of everything. We're very much into diversity and inclusion principles, but the difference being we don't just try to give regurgitated materials out there. We try to empower listening and empathy being at the center of everything. So by having conversations, people have different viewpoints. We know that. But in terms of attaining that gender equality, it's so important when we talk about International Women's Day, listening, taking a step back, understanding where somebody else's viewpoint comes from is at the key for all of this. You can do that. That will automatically give you the inner strength and the confidence to be your best self.
Now, how did you stay afloat during the pandemic? It certainly would have been a tricky thing to navigate yourself.
That's a great question. It was tough. I'm not going to lie about that. A lot of my job entails traveling to different parts of the world, speaking to companies, policy forums, academic institutions. So almost overnight, that had to shut down about a year ago. But my team quickly pivoted. We were trying to listen to what is the voice, what are people telling us? We knew our offering was so, so important. We are change makers. We are trying to get people to feel empowered. People were feeling at a low when the pandemic first came. Suddenly now everyone's working from home, but back then it was a novelty. People weren't used to it. They were out of the house. They were trying to then navigate how to stay at work at home and homeschool their kids and all sorts of things at the same time. So we knew we had something to offer people, and that's exactly what we did. So we pivoted to think, okay, we'll take everything from in-person coaching, in-person workshops to doing everything remotely.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, it is certainly something that is front of mind, but can you talk me through just how crucial it is that we do see that narrative change around gender equality and diversity?
Absolutely. So I think a lot of people, when you think of gender equality, you think of the modern day, which is like, okay, the rise of women feeling their voice and feeling empowered. And absolutely, that is exactly what gender equality is about. But the main point is the equality part of that statement. We have to get men and women on the level playing field. What that doesn't mean is pushing men down all of a sudden in order to bring our voices up. What that means is understanding and educating everybody to be in that same place. A fine example I'll share is just maternity leave and childcare. It's very normal for women to do the brunt of those responsibilities. However, if you equalize it a little bit and get men, and they want to help, they're getting more involved in childcare and home responsibilities, but actually promoting them and making it easier for them to do that would create a more gender equal society.
Now, you are also a best-selling author. Can you tell me a little bit about your latest book?
Sure, yeah. So I recently, and this was a pandemic project of mine, we recently co-authored a book on women in business and diversity and inclusion. It was about bringing voices out. So far through the pandemic, people can't really use those voices. You're feeling almost shut down, but we have so much to offer. There were incredible women around the world from different professions that had these incredible nuggets of wisdom. So myself and my co-author, we got these voices together. We put the narrative together, we storyboarded everything, and we wrote that book. And it's become a bestseller. It's something that people want to hear and people want to read about.
And where can they get their hands on a copy?
Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. You can also reach out to our website personally. We're at beboldforuma.com. And you can look for it. You can just type in my name, Rita Kakati-Shah, and Mission Matters Women in Business.
Well, Rita, thank you so much for your time today. It's been great chatting.
Wonderful. It's a pleasure. Thank you.